These fort walls are currently being defended by every historical army in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. We're talking the Spartan Army, the Redcoat Army, German Panzers from World War I, Heavy Knights from the Crusades, M1 Abrams from modern day, Confederate soldiers, Roman soldiers, medieval archers, Mongolians, catapults, and so many more historical armies in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. They've been brought together to try and stop an imminent invasion of 10 million zombies that currently siege the walls of said fort. Can the nearly 350,000 historical defenders hold off 10 million zombies with swords, spears, guns, muskets, cannons, and more? Or will the zombies tear them limb from limb? If you guys enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below other battle suggestions. This was taken from the Discord, so I appreciate the user who posted it, who wanted to stay anonymous. Either way, guys, let's get into this thing. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alright boys, let's go ahead and press start right here, and the zombies should begin charging on forward, which it looks like they are doing just that. We got runner zombies up front charging the Spartans that are defending the entranceway here, and British Redcoats begin to volley off musket fire from up above to try and strike down as many zombies as possible. Over on the left side over here, we've got some toxic hazmat suit zombies. They are taking after some of these Redcoats who weren't too lucky and ended up falling off the wall there when they spawned in, so I'm sure they'll be gone very, very soon. But there's even more Redcoats above them, plenty more where that came from, so we'll have some consistent fire coming out from these guys for a while. On top of that, we've also got ourselves some World War I British Expeditionary Force soldiers over this way, and they are firing away quite nicely as well, and some of them are even overlapping with the British Redcoats. So we got Brits on Brits on Brits, baby! Why is there water coming out here? Do you guys see that? That's odd. Okay, I don't know what that is, but there's apparently water leaking out of the fortress here. On the back wall here, we have U.S. Army soldiers currently firing M4s down at the zombies as they completely encircle the fort walls here. Now, this is certainly not a good thing. You might be thinking to yourself, well, those walls are very high. Zombies can actually glitch their way up slowly but surely. They're not very good at doing it, but they can make it up there. So eventually they'll be able to climb these cobblestone walls here and start attacking some of the modern soldiers up top. So we'll have to watch out for that. Over here, we've got these guys overlapping with some of the German Wehrmacht soldiers from World War II. Firing away down below at some of these toxic zombies as they come all around. We should also have, yes, some burn zombies over this way, and then there's also spearman zombies. So the zombies have managed to harness tools, which is not a very good thing. And here you can see some of the zombies managing to make it up those walls, glitch their way up, and they're doing a pretty good job of it, especially over on the corner there. But as you can see, it's very slow process. It doesn't really result in a ton of zombies making it to the top very quickly, so they get pretty quickly struck down. They're not going to do all that well in the grand scheme of this battle, I don't think. Alright, and then on this right side of the wall, we've got more Kar 98K wielding German soldiers, and they overlap a little bit with some British boys over here. Now, the Spartans at the front here are doing a pretty decent job defending currently, although I don't think they're going to last for too long. And I actually misspoke, I'm realizing now. In the intro of the battle, I said 350,000 defending historic units. There's actually 550,000. I got that number completely wrong. My bad, but there are 10 million zombies defending on the battlefield. Or attacking on the battlefield. I'm getting everything wrong today. What's with the water? Is this fortress filled with water? I can't even look inside. You see the water glitching around here? That's so odd. These guys standing in water? Oh, they are. That's so bizarre. There's water under them. I don't know what that's all about, but okay. It just adds another level of complexity to this here battlefield. That is very interesting. Not really seeing many zombies glitching their way up on this side of the wall, which is a good thing. It seems to be mainly happening with the modern soldiers on the back side of the wall over that way. So not too big of a deal over here. Right now, the zombies do have 27,000 kills, and the defenders only have 62,000 kills. So the zombies are doing a great job here, but they're right now attacking some of the weakest units, being the melee units on the battlefield, and the ranged units are going to be the ones that actually pack a punch and end up getting, hopefully, millions of kills. We're talking about these Stampanzas, as well as the Heavy Knights could do decent, I guess. The Mongolians, they're not the greatest unit, but they're okay. Romans will do well. They always do pretty well in these battles. Then we've got the Confederate rebel soldiers over here. They're pretty powerful with their muskets, I know. And then, of course, a lot of modern soldiers still back here. They're trying to shoot through the wall here. Oh, and they've also got some archers with them. Very nice. Medieval soldiers matching up with the modern riflemen right there. And actually, a few of the modern soldiers in the backside here have actually been killed by some of those climber zombies. Although it seems like less and less zombies are climbing up now. And you can see all the bodies left behind from the rifling of the U.S. Army soldiers up there. So that's pretty crazy. Are we getting any zombies climbing up this way? Not really seeing that happening over here. It's odd. It seems to just be the backside of the battlefield. So that's certainly interesting. I wonder if any Germans fell down here. There are some dead medieval archers on the ground here. They must have accidentally spawned outside the fortress walls, which is not a very fun thing to do if you are a medieval archer. Probably the worst ranged unit on the battlefield, followed closely by the British musketmen here. So why don't we go ahead and do a quick little time lapse of the front lines here. We can see the Spartans fighting below, and then the Redcoats shooting down and cover firing for them. I think this will be pretty cool. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching. Let's time lapse this. Like and subscribe. Let's go. Okay, the Spartans, down below have nearly perished. There's still a thin line holding, and I'm hoping these guys at the breach can hold for at least a little bit of time, because these tanks should start firing away. Also, seeing some fire up here. Oh my. Oh, that's not good. Bro, when did this happen? The zombies breached hard up here, dude. It's only been 10 minutes. Oh, that's not good. That is very bad. At least they are kind of creating little choke point areas on the downward angle of this bridge. That helps a little bit. You can see arrows flying through the screen. And then, of course, the modern U.S. soldiers also continuing to fire quite a bit up there. And now some of these rifles from 1860s are firing as well upwards. Seems like it's really just the middle section here that got devoured. Oh, look at that. Yeah, the zombies started just like spamming upwards. Oh, no wonder. And then, you know, they're not getting shot when they're right there, and so they get to spam up there, and they're just immediately face to face with the modern soldiers. So it does make sense why those guys honestly fell so unbelievably quickly. That is rough, though. Oh, same thing happening on this middle section. It seems like the middle sections are trouble. Also, is there more water here? Where is this water coming from? I don't know. That's so peculiar. Okay, either way, oh yeah, the World War I soldiers up here are having some serious trouble. They're not holding these down lines as well, but the Romans should get involved down here along with some catapults, so hopefully that slows the zombies down a good bit. We just need to see them start faltering at some point. How are the Germans doing? Okay, this side seems to be safe for now from those big climbs. That's good. I don't know if they'll be safe forever right here, but for now, they're holding up. All right, front lines, are the Spartans gone? Nah, Spartans are still holding for a little bit here. There's not a ton of them, and they're kind of mixed in with the redcoats over this way, so, you know, it's kind of a Spartan defense, but mainly a redcoat defense now with all these guys back here, backing them up with rolling lines of fire. And of course, we're seeing some very nice explosive shots hitting these zombie hordes here now. That is going to be extremely effective, hopefully. Yeah, look, hundreds of zombies dying with every single one of those shots. Beautiful. And then these guys up here still getting kills. It looks like, yes, some of the zombies are glitching their way up this way and climbing that wall. But there is a thin line of Spartans up here with these British redcoats, and they seem to be helping out a lot, actually, in keeping the zombies from completely overtaking this section. That's very good. Now, we are down to 9.16 million remaining zombies, which means about 800,000 have died thus far, and we're at 464,000 remaining historical army troopers, which means just about 90,000 of them have died thus far. So, not the greatest ratio in favor of the historic Earth armies, but it's not the worst. They could be doing worse, you know. They're not completely floundering. And we've got still the whole middle section with catapults, tanks, etc. So, hopefully, you know, the walls, which is sadly where most of the range units are, hopefully they can hold for longer. I see this is really good. This is just a cluster of shots going into these guys. That's beautiful. But yeah, if they can hold for a lot longer, honestly, that'd be good. Because, I don't know, middle sections probably not going to last for forever, I will say. Let's watch this wall rampart getting charged by zombies for a while, because this could get pretty crazy up here. "20 minutes have passed, and surprisingly, oh, lag, bruh, oh my god. All right, there we go. These guys are holding really nicely, dude. This little archer and British soldier combo is maintaining their position currently, which is great. Over this way, these guys also holding quite well. We do have more of an assault going on over here now against these modern soldiers, coupled with some of these Germans. We're also getting flanked back here. That's not good. Oh, and this middle section did get fully blitzed. And in fact, wow, the Wehrmacht did not hold up very well, but the ancient Egyptian soldiers are holding, and the catapults are firing too. Ooh, front lines here, getting pretty zesty. Look at this. A lot of the Brits are dead in the center. Still lots of Brits on the sides, though. The tanks holding up nicely. How much health do these have? 3,000. They're not the most powerful tanks, obviously. The Abrams, I think, have like 20,000? Yeah, 20,000. So those are a lot better. They'll hold longer, but hey, at least those World War I tanks are still there and firing. We've also got a lot of the zombies charging on up here, and the Spartans are holding nicely for the most part, but there is some whittling down going on currently. So it's not a foolproof system over here just yet, I will say. Let's watch this entranceway, which is getting pretty crazy. We're at 8.19 million remaining zombies, so almost 2 million have died, and 427,000 remaining historical Earth Army units. This is only just getting started, baby! Alright boys, the breach in the front wall here continues on, and now we have some heavy knights and Mongolians getting involved in the defense. Luckily the tanks are still up. I think the zombies honestly keep on just pushing them further and further back. A couple have died like this one, but most of them still around, and yeah, I think the zombies' weight is pushing them back into melee infantry lines, which helps to keep them alive, which is great because they're getting a lot of kills, I'm pretty sure. Also, top wall boys still kicking it, still firing away, which is great because that's just bonus kills as they go on. So we like to see that for sure, for sure. And these guys off to the side over here also still very much so alive. Now, over this way, these Brits are certainly still getting pressured pretty heavily. Same thing on this side, I'm sure, with the Confederates and the Brits together. Yeah, but the body pile's getting pretty big. How about these U.S. troops over this way? They're doing great. Yeah, they're still holding out. Look at these body piles. They're lifting up these U.S. soldiers to the top of the wall to reinforce. Incredible. Incredible. How are the Germans doing? They're still holding this corner here, which is great. The middle is not looking too hot, but the catapults and archers are going medieval on their butts and managing to help out the Egyptian spearmen down below and prevent the zombies from completely collapsing this flank, which is great. And this side also doing quite nicely because barely any zombies are actually coming this way. So the Kar-98Ks can kind of deal with what does end up coming this way. Not bad at all. Not bad in the slightest. Why don't we watch the U.S. Army soldiers over here, because I'm very curious to see this body pile growing. I think this could be lifting and elevating these U.S. Army soldiers upwards and helping out their troops, which is weird, but let's see. Alright boys, it's been another 25 minutes here, and it doesn't really seem like the body pile has grown much more, maybe a little bit. Oh yeah, it definitely has, but it's widening the base more so than actually like reaching the top now, so I don't know if those guys will get elevated, which honestly would probably be a worse thing than for them to just chill where they are right now, probably. It's probably for the best. They're not gonna get raised on up like an elevator. These zombies over here still getting absolutely trashed right now. Beautiful. And this side's not doing as well. These World War I British soldiers are, well, they're doing okay, but they're not doing amazing. It's a weird glitch, like the zombies raising up even though they're already dead. I've never seen that glitch before. Interesting. These guys still clapping cheeks up here, although a little bit eaten up in the corners, literally getting eaten. And these guys over here, similar story. Oh, the middle zombies have expanded quite ferociously. So some serious damage to the front lines over here. Tanks still holding steady up front there, so they're still doing okay. And the back line seem to be doing better, but this area is a cause for concern. I'm also curious about up here and how this will go, because the zombies are kind of reaching them and getting some hits in. while we do a nice overhead time lapse here to watch, because the zombies are making a little bit of progress now, which is a little bit nerve-wracking. Not good. 6.7 million zombies still remain, so just over 3 million have died, and 388,000 Earth Army defenders are still alive. This is going to be a really long battle. It's getting a little bit late at night, so I'm going to do a couple more time lapses while I'm awake, but we might have to go through the night with this battle. We'll see, though. Alright boys, another half an hour has passed, and there's still 6.3 million zombies on the battlefield. So not a crazy amount has happened during that half an hour. And honestly, it's 12:30 at night now, so I think I'm gonna head to bed. But what we're gonna do, put this on slow-mo. As you can see, it's like 1/4 speed or something like that. So when I wake up in the morning, not too much progress should have been made, I believe. Hopefully. But either way, as it stands right now, zombies are getting pretty much destroyed on all sides right now. They are still getting some kills here and there, just nothing all that crazy. The defenders are definitely managing a very, very nice defense at the moment, with 376,000 troopers still remaining. So we'll just go ahead and it'll be 2 seconds for you. It'll be, 8 hours for me, but I'll be right back. All right, boys, it is now the next day. Let's get out of slow-mo here, and the battle is still going on. As you can see, the wasteland here has expanded significantly as the zombies have torn apart multiple pieces of the army. Not very nice. We do have a lot of catapult fire still ongoing, though, so that's good to see. And the tanks are doing all right. There's certainly less World War I tanks by a large margin, but the M1s seem very, very intact. Let's check out the walls here. Up here is still holding nicely. Barely a change from last night. That's crazy. Same with over here. Now, the World War I soldiers over this way, oh, they're gonna die. Oh, yikes. Okay, these guys are doing okay, but then over here, these guys are still doing okay too. But this side is just getting destroyed. Yeah, these guys are for sure goners, dude. Okay, how about the Germans? The Germans, the Wehrmacht. Over here, these guys are getting eaten as well. They'll probably die too. Not gonna lie. Modern soldiers on top of these little shipping containers. Oh no, there are no modern soldiers here. Maybe over this way? Yes, there are. Okay, we got a whole mix of armies over here. Interesting. They're helping out this side of the battlefield for the Germans, and there's also a decent number of archers still over here and stuff like that. So this is also still holding okay. Over this way, same vibes, still holding great. And over here, wow, there's barely any zombies coming up here. I'm sure they will get more from over here, but they've cleared out a lot of these zomboys, and look at that. These guys are almost to the top now. Holy cow. All right. A lot has changed on the battlefield, but simultaneously, a lot hasn't changed on the battlefield. It's pretty interesting. Okay, these guys actually somehow managed to live through that assault. I mean, a lot of them did die, but they're still kicking. Wow! Why don't we watch these guys over here, the World War I soldiers? Because we have not watched a lot of them. It seems like they are getting assaulted pretty constantly. We're at 4.5 million remaining zombies, so under half. And 340,000 remaining Earth Army soldiers. So 200,000 of them have died. All right, let's check it out. Okay, there's really not that much action up here, I'll be honest. I don't know why there was a sudden influx of zombies up here for like 5 minutes, but in the last half hour we've seen nothing. We got zombies still death charging down here, Romans getting involved, and they're supported by the Red Coats, the Rouge Coats. Look at these body piles everywhere. It's cool because you can see the pathfinding that the zombies are taking with the various mounds. And then the valleys are where they're not really going. I think that's kind of cool. And then the Abrams over here still standing. We have lost all of the World War I tanks. This one is dead. So it's up to the Abrams and the catapults to be more so the heavy armor on the battlefield now. We have 3.96 million remaining zombies and 314,000 remaining defenders. So the zombies, if they take out these M1 Abrams, I'm wondering if they're going to be able to blitz through the rest of the lines. That would definitely be a disaster, but we'll see if that actually happens. Let's press play. The battle continues on, and not a ton has changed. 298,000 remaining Earth defenders, and 3.5 million remaining zombies still on the battlefield. Top wall over here, pretty much all the same. Over here, pretty much all the same. Looks like more World War I soldiers died, and then the middle ground is where the expansion is really happening. I'm just gonna let this ride for a while because we're starting to run out of storage space, and yeah, we'll just be right back in a second, in probably like an hour, I guess. Alright boys, it's actually been about an hour and a half now, and it looks like the zombie expansion has continued on here. Actually, pretty crazy. Oh, I was like, how did they make a tunnel here? It's because these guys were coming down from there. So it looks like maybe the World War I guys are dead? Oh, yeah. Oh. Everyone be dead over here. The front lines. Okay, I can't do accents. Is completely fallen, except for a very small contingency of British and German soldiers over this way. That's kind of funny. All right. And then over here, we've got many archers and ancient Egyptians left alive. And the modern U.S. Army is still alive over here, cooking. They're still cooking. Confederacy over here firing upwards still. And these guys are still chilling over here. So the back half of the fortress still doing great. The front half a little bit more iffy, not doing as well. Why don't we do another time lapse here? I think we could spare a couple gigabytes of storage space. Yeah, do just a nice overhead here. 265,000 remaining defenders, so they're at about half. Actually, a little under half of their remaining force, and 2 million zombies, so they're at 1/5. Alright guys, it's been another 20 minutes here, and we're at 1.7 million zombies remaining, 262,000 defenders remaining. It's fairly clear to me that the defenders are going to win this one outright at this point. I don't think there's any way they lose. Let's go ahead and just let this play for a while, because we are pretty low on storage space. Alright boys, it's been another 2 hours. My computer has just been churning and burning, baby. We're at 350,000 remaining zombies, 242,000 remaining defenders here. It's just the same battle at this point. Why don't we do a little time lapse? But this is definitely over for the zombies. Definitely. Alright, well, the zombies are only coming from back here now, it seems. If that, where are they? There's apparently three. Oh, they're all back here. I think they're glitching their way up here, but just very slowly. Yeah. This is incredibly slow now. Okay, well, I think this is a game. I think the Earth armies managed to take this W. Let's go ahead and, little 1945 nuke action going on, yes sir! Woo! Yeah, baby! Yahoo! Incredible. Either way, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more in the future. Either way, I'll see you on the next one. Peace! I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.